Hello, 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 hello. How goes it on this Monday? Hey, Julie. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Lynchburg, Miss Lindsay from Florida. You've been waiting, I know. I would say I'm totally sorry, but man, it was a crazy awesome day with patients. And so, I'm gonna do it right here. I'm like, gotta get this set right. I am in the car because I'm headed to the house to go see the kids because it's their spring break. And so I'm spending time with them. You got in. Doing dialysis. Ugh. When am I coming to Houston? I am not scheduled for Houston another time in the near future. So we need to get that. I need to get that done. Hi, Miss Babs. Lori from New Jersey. You're welcome. I love you guys. Pennsylvania, Tennessee. Amarillo. I do need to come back to Amarillo, man. We were there like several months ago, but I need to come back. Man, I miss you guys. I hope you had a great weekend with your family. I hope you had a great weekend pouring back into yourself and your loved ones. Fort Worth. Hey, I know. We're scheduling some stuff to come back to Alabama. I'm working with some teams, and we will get it done. Ula just came on live too. Well, you should listen to them. They're awesome. But you're going to miss out on this. And it's awesome. All right, so I want to tell you guys a story again and play it into this pieces of the picture thing. So over the weekend, I don't know how many of you guys, hello, Florida. I love you guys. I'm so glad. You thought the same thing. You're going to miss it. Tell them. It is beautiful here. Oh my gosh, the weather is fantastic. So, no, over the weekend, you thought I forgot to change my clock? No, I'm working half days this week because it's spring break and I wanted more time to hang out with the kids since they are on spring break and they're at home. And so this week, at the angst of all of our patients, I'm working half days, and so I'm done at noon. But this morning was crazy awesome, and it was crazy busy, so I was running about 30, 45 minutes behind, which was awesome. Hey, Tammy from Minnesota. So I appreciate you guys being patient. So I'm going to make this a quick scope. I want to get you guys this concept that I want you to pray about this week and really work on. But it's about, us getting tied into the pieces and losing sight of the overall picture and the overall goal, okay? So this weekend, I don't know if you guys saw it on Facebook, but I posted a sermon by Stephen Furtick. He's out of Elevation Church in North Carolina. And the sermon it was called Piece It Together, right? The sermon was on Piece It Together. And it just brought up so many things that I was thinking of and so many stories of like our story when we have what we've walked out with the kids and in marriage and everything else. And it also applies to you guys walking out these different goals and missions, right, Amanda? It was great with your health, right? So one of the things, good, Kelly, I'm glad you're reading it. The book is good. So one of the things that he said that he was walking around at one point and he was talking about, oh, Julie, well, you're welcome. About our openness and transparency, like the Lord called us to this total different level of transparency a few years ago, and he said, as long as you keep telling the story and keep giving me the glory, then I'll keep blessing you, right? And I'll keep pouring into you. The book is called Unqualified. And so, he's brought us through so many things that we are ecstatic and humbled to be able to tell our story. Because if my story and the story of our kids and the story of Cindy and I and our marriage and everything, if we can tell the story and that story helps one person go, hey, I want to do this different so that I don't experience this thing, or I want to do this different and engage with my kids more and love on them because I get off of them talking about the pain of not getting to get that from a child, that I'm gonna like pour into my kids more and I'm gonna spend more intentional time, then that's worth all of it. It makes all the things that we've walked through in our story have purpose. Like the pain has purpose, and walking out the pain and having other people like get purpose out of our pain is huge. Unqualified by Stephen Furtick. It's good. Really good. Okay, so he was talking about pieces and how, there's several levels of this, so I want to give you a couple of them. How we get so beat down about the overall picture because we can't get over the little pieces. And one of the things that he had shown was he walked out on stage with a Lego box. And it was a Lego box that had a Star Wars ship on it, like just a fighter ship. And he's like, look, I got this Star Wars ship. It's going to be awesome. We're going to play with it. And then he opened the box and he goes, I thought I ordered a ship. I thought I bought a ship to play with. But then when he poured it out, there was just these bags. If you've ever bought the little kits, it comes with bags of pieces. Well, on the front of the box, it has the picture of what the potential is in the picture. It has the picture of what it's going to be at the end. It has a picture of the potential at the end of what you're going to get to walk out in at the end. But to get there, you got to go through these little bags of pieces. And so his point on it was, and he went through this whole thing, like a model car or a model plane. That's exactly right, Kaylee. Like, the thing that he was showing was, you know, so many times you get so frustrated at the little pieces that you forget that you're building a ship. You forget you're building a marriage. You forget you're building a family, but you get upset at the dirty laundry. You know what I'm saying? Or you get upset at whatever, like this schedule thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, when you lose sight of the big picture. So there was a couple things to this, and a couple things that I wanted to get you guys and to give you guys, because assembly required. And there's an instruction manual. There's an instruction manual. Don't forget. Like, so many times as guys, but girls, you do this too, but as guys, we're like, I can put this together. I saw the picture. I know how this works. I'm a man. I got this. I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to strive on this myself. Come on now. If I had a mic in here, I'm going to drop it. I'm just going to drop my memo pad. There you go. I don't even bring my mic with me because I'm in the car. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to put this together. And it doesn't look like the box. Like, it's still usable. You can still play with it. Like, you can still preach, right? I mean, like, come on. Like, you can still play with it. You can still have fun with the ship, but maybe the wings don't work right on yours because you did it on your own and you didn't follow directions. You didn't read the instruction manual. You didn't follow it step by step because I think we can jump to step 10 and skip steps 2 through 8. That's not the way the Father created it. In anything, in health, in physiology, in marriage, in parenting, there's an instruction manual. There is a pathway for a reason. There's purpose in that path. There's purpose in the direction. There's a reason why every step is there and why he brings you through each one. There's a reason for every piece. Every piece in that Lego bag has a purpose. Woo! That's it. That's a phrase. Every piece has a purpose. That's it. And so when you're holding that piece, that Lego, and you're like, what is this dumb little red thing? But without it, the ship isn't complete. Even if you can't see it. Come on now, this is for some of you. Some of you are like, you know what? You can't really tell because it's an emotional issue. Right, Vanessa? Vanessa Stegner's on here, the oil releaser. You can't see it. This is what we work with, and we pray with people, and we help them all the time. You can't see it. It's not like I'm missing a limb. It's emotional. It's on the inside. I can hide that well. You know what? It's going to come out eventually. It's going to come out eventually. And that missing piece is going to hinder your purpose eventually because you skip something or you left something out. The pieces are all important. Now, here's the other thing, the other point of that I want to make that was just huge and I want to bring up to you guys to give you is that sometimes, like, we judge people's picture without seeing their pieces. We judge people's stained glass window like, oh, well, that looks weird, but not knowing why each of the pieces were put there the way that they were. And we judge people because of the way that their picture looks, or the way that their ship was built, or the way that whatever, or the way that they limp, when we don't know all the pieces in their life they had to go through to get there. We have no idea. Like, we know less than 10% of all the things that they've gone through to really get to their picture. So, a couple of years ago, no, this isn't a couple of years ago, last July, actually, gosh, it was just last July. The day before, listen to this is incredible. Watch how the Father works on this. So we've gone through so much, like in our marriage that the Lord has restored, losing a child back in June of 2014 and walking that out with the kids and everything else. Well, in July of 2015, this last year, the day before we get the call to adopt Tate, our fourth baby, I had to count them out now. Our fourth baby. The day before we get the call to adopt Tate, we were at a worship service, it was like a get together, like reunion of a marriage class that we had done. So Cindy and I are in this marriage, like kind of reunion thing, but every time we get together with all these couples, we have like worship time. We have someone comes in and gives a message. I mean, because there's like 100 couples come kind of thing. So we're at this reunion thing, and the one speaker got up and spoke. The second time, the second speaker that got up was this couple, the husband and wife team that were a part of our prophetic team at our church, okay? So they're both gifted in the prophetic, and they came in to give a word to the group, okay? Now, listen to what he said. So the wife was the one that was coming to speak, and she said that the Lord told her, you need to bring your husband. So her husband's really gifted in the prophetic. He's an amazing guy. He's a contractor, though, and he works all the time. So she waited for him to get home, and he gets home. I'm going to get emotional saying this because I can still remember him doing this. It's going to like blow me away. Hold on. So the husband gets home, okay, and he's walking into the house, and the wife says, hey, come on, we're going to go to this marriage class that Cindy and I were going to be at. Listen to this. I want to tell them the story one day because they have no idea. You have no idea some of the people you impact with your obedience. They had no idea what they did and how they impacted us with their obedience. Watch this. Husband comes home. He's tired. He's exhausted. He's done a day at work, and the wife says, hey, the Lord said that you need to come with me and we need to do this thing together tonight. And so he's like, okay. He said, I'll go up there with you. He didn't even know who we were. He didn't even know what the group was. So he goes to change. He's in his work boots. He's in his work clothes. And he goes to change. And he goes into the bedroom to change his boots. And he's going to put on his nice boots, like his nice ostrich boots. And the Lord stopped him and he said, don't change your boots. I want you to wear your work boots because you're going to go to work tonight. What? He said, you're going to work tonight. So wear your work boots because I've got work for you to do for this group. And so he says, okay, Lord. So he gets there and he starts off and he says, I didn't know why I was coming here tonight, but the Lord told me that I was going to go to work. And he said, he told me specifically to keep my work boots on because it was time to go to work, but it was time to go to spiritual work. And he said, so I'm here. And he said, and the thing that the Lord showed me when I walked in the picture that I got for you guys, when I walked in, listen to what he said, is he said that I see your life like a stained glass window. He said, but he said, it's like right now it's shattered and there's all these like shards of glass laying all over the place. And right now you see a lot of your life like these shattered pieces of glass. But what you don't see is you don't see the Father polishing one piece, trimming another piece, shaping another piece, and putting them lovingly, specifically, and intentionally into this specific pattern so that at the end you're going to have a masterpiece. Come on now. What? He said, what I'm supposed to come here to tell you, and this is what he said to this night, and this is for you guys today because this has just come back up this week and the Lord is like, put this on my head. What he said, what I came here to tell you was don't get caught up in the pieces because the masterpiece is coming. Because the master, think about this, the master is forming your masterpiece with each shattered piece of your life, each shattered piece in your marriage, each shattered piece in your parenting, each shattered piece in your health, is lovingly placing them together so that when you get to the end and you turn around, everyone sees the incredible stained glass window. They don't see all the shattered glass. They don't see all the path that you went through, but you get to tell them. And you get to tell them where you came from. And you get to tell them what you walked through. So that was that night, and we were just wrecked. I mean, it wrecked us. We're like, what? Stained glass window. It's like a thing for us now, like the stained glass. It's like one of our like things. And so the next day, we go and we get a call to adopt Tate. So we go into the hospital. He's born on Thursday. So remember, this is, hey, tell Dave I said hi. And so on Monday, we're at this class. At this reunion. Tuesday, we get a call for Tate. Watch this. Watch how this works. But if one person doesn't walk in obedience, we don't get the blessing. Your obedience opens doors for blessing and people all around you, and you have no idea. And so your point of obedience, half the time maybe, or more than that, doesn't have anything to do with you. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Half the time, our obedience has everything to do with someone else on our bus, someone else in our life, because they need to hear your obedience so they can walk out in blessing. Because they haven't seen blessing their entire life. They haven't seen love in a relationship their entire freaking life. And your obedience shows them that, so they get to walk in it. So that week, Thursday, Tate is born. So like we find out, we get an email on Wednesday or Tuesday. We are talking to them on Wednesday. We're at his birth. He's born on Thursday, just this epic event. And then Thursday, Friday, he goes into the NICU because he was underweight. He was really little. So we wanted to go through. We were in the NICU with him. So I'm going in the NICU and I'm walking out. Remember, the guy had just given us an entire word on stained glass windows. I'm walking out of the NICU, and at Fort Worth, at Harris downtown, as you walk out of the NICU, there's this long hallway that's probably like 30, 40 feet long, okay? There's like 30, 40 feet long, and I'm walking out to go get somebody, and down this hallway, it's like a memory hallway of all the babies who have made it out of the NICU. There's like pictures, there's their story, and it's this walkway, and you can see pictures of babies that have like graduated out of the NICU. It's really powerful. Listen to this. And I just lost it. I've got a picture of it. I'll post it on Facebook later and I'll show you guys. At the end of the hallway, I look up. The father says, look up. I'm walking out because I'm head down. I'm like on a mission. I'm getting down there. He says, look at the end of the hallway. And I look up, and at the end of the hallway, there is this collage of pictures that look like stained glass, but they're on their matted boards. And there's like 4 pictures, big pictures that are together. And the overall picture looks like a stained glass butterfly. Really? A butterfly. It's a stained glass butterfly at the end of the hallway. And in that moment, the Lord's like, I'm putting your pieces together. Keep walking. Keep giving me the pieces, and let me make the masterpiece. And I'll bring new life into this situation. I'll bring new life into your family, and I'll continue to bring life. But give me the pieces, and keep looking up, and keep walking down that hallway. This is for y'all. Like, you want to give up through part of this stuff. Like, you want to walk in and be like, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm tired of this other little piece that I don't know what to do with. It's not yours to figure out. Follow the directions. Take each piece in stride, knowing that every piece has a purpose. In your life, in your marriage, in your health, every piece is on purpose, and he'll use it to create a masterpiece later. That's it. I love you guys. I'm proud of you. I can't wait to hear like different revelation from you guys and all the things the Lord does for y'all. I'm going to go love on my kids. Okay, I'm going to go spend some awesome time in the sun with my kids and get some vitamin D. You're welcome. You're welcome. And it is my honor to be able to get on with you guys every day. Peace out. Like I said, I love you. I will see you tomorrow.